Here we are once again with our World Cup daily and a match that whetted everybody's appetite. There'd been a lot of talk about whether the minnows, the smaller nations, the associate nations were good enough to play, and out came the Dutch, and they were a treat to watch. I like the way they started off, actually. The openers got them off. This Baresi, the wicket-keeper, he pulled off a stunning stumping later in the game. He set the pattern, and then out came Ryan ten Doschkati. People in India are going to see a lot more of him when he comes into the IPL with the Kolkata Knight Riders. But we've seen him over the years. He plays for Essex, he plays in Tasmania, he plays in New Zealand. Very experienced cricketer. And at number 4, just the right man to come in for Holland, who had a few volatile players all around him. I must confess, I enjoyed watching ten Doschkati. I've seen him before, but this was something special. 119 from 110 balls. And now everybody, when he goes out to bat, will say, we expect runs from him.
And that will bring him into play.
Ooh, a big full toss, a juicy full toss that has been smashed into the ground.
Not out on review, hit away. Has it gone all the way?
Fuller, straighter, quicker, but the same result. Broad bowls, clipped away, found the man at short, fine leg. Oh, will he get an overthrow? He does. He might get 5. What a way to bring up your first World Cup 100. It's the 3rd in World Cups for a Netherlands batsman, the first for Ryan ten.
I must confess, I can't resist taking a dig though. He would have been just the right candidate to play for England, because guess where Ryan ten Doschkati learned his cricket? In Cape Town in South Africa. It's a finishing school if you want to play for England. But I think the Netherlands were also served by a few other people with first-class experience. Kervesy plays in England. Cooper plays up in South Australia, plays the Champions League as well for the Redbacks. So there was some experience there, and you could see that in the manner in which they tackled the end overs too. Boren was around there, and they got to 292, which I think was a very competitive score. But around that time, England must have been thinking, how are we going to go about it? And they must have rued their fielding. What we saw in England was an outstanding fielding side. What we saw here was a very lethargic fielding side. I can never forget that line from David Lloyd. Peterson, he said, Anderson, he said, and your ball, son, as the ball landed right in between. That was a Graham Swan. Swan returned the compliment a little later. Then there was a catch of a no ball, Collingwood standing outside. So a slightly sloppy performance from that point of view from England. And, well, the good thing is they won, and so they can only go ahead from here because, believe me, they did chase very well. Very impressed with Andrew Strauss. The more you see of him in limited overs cricket, just the better he looks. Bell was good, Trott was good. Mixed experience with Kevin Peterson as the opener, but they're going to give him time. And though they eventually won with 8 balls left, it was always clear that England were going to win this game. But for me, the standout batting performance came from Andrew Strauss.
It's the other type of opener. Make a good combination for that reason. Front foot, back foot.
And that is Strauss. That is classic Strauss. A little short, a little wide. This is the line. It's not the length, it's the line that's the problem here. And again. Only 4 more. It is a very, very fast outfield here. Strauss is pretty good when it's short. Mentioned ten Doschkati's strength on the pull. Well, Strauss is as good as well.
And I just think for the Netherlands to make a fight of it, they needed those early wickets. They had to wait till Ryan ten Doschkati once again came back, and what a game it was for him. He took 2 wickets in his 10 overs, bowled in the right areas. His pitch map was excellent to see because he didn't drift down leg side at all like all the other bowlers did. It was a very measured, professional performance with bat and ball from Ryan ten Doschkati.
Great work. Bowled him. Still in this. Netherlands still in it.
A good workout for England. It might seem it was close, but I think just what England needed to sort of almost awaken them from their stupor, and they'll go away from there and come to Bangalore feeling a little better about this. They've got a few problems to solve, but they now know that if they just turn up,